What's up, guys? So we've got a John Deere LA135 hydrostatic lawnmower here, and it's got the problem where you mow for about an hour and it won't move because it gets hot. The transmission gets so hot you can't even touch it. I quickly realized that was because the fan is completely destroyed. Should look like this. Looks like this. So we need to do a swap out. Pick this up for like 12 or 15 bucks on Amazon. Link in the description. Now, how to do it. I brought it in here, I jacked up the rear end, take the wheel off. How do you take the wheel off? Really simple. Pull the cover, pop the circlip down, take off the washer. Mine was rusted. Now, if you keep this greased and in pretty good shape, the wheel should slide right off. Mine was super red and rusty, so I had to hammer it off from the backside with a ball peen hammer. I'm not proud of it, but I needed to get down and change this. I saw a couple videos on YouTube about changing these, but I saw one guy actually was showing you how to change it, but his gas tank was gone. He had one mounted on the back, and so he could change his from right here in this hole. Well, that doesn't work for most of us, so I'm going to tell you how you can do it this direction. So basically, there's a few different John Deere mowers. The way this one and most of the new ones are set up, the fan sits on top of this pulley right here. So the fan sits there and there's a little tiny circlip. Okay, found it, so it might be easier to show you. This fan sits, there's a shaft, a spline shaft that this fan sits down on. And this circlip holds it on. That's it. So what you're doing here is you want to spin, you want to have your parking brake on. And if you put your parking brake on, it's going to make your belt as loose as possible. And you'll spin your pulley around to where the open ends of that circlip are facing you. Once you do that, if you're like me, you can't get true circlip pliers, or it's really a snap ring. You can't get snap ring pliers in from the top with the tank there. So I used a mixture of a pick, a small screwdriver, and a large screwdriver until I could get a part of the edge of the snap ring up. And then what I did is I used the pick, the small screwdriver, and the large screwdriver until I could get a little edge of the snap ring pried up, and then I slid the screwdriver under it, and you just kind of pry it out of there and try to pay attention to where it goes, or you will lose it. So now I'm just going to slide the new one in back down on the shaft. I am going to hit it with some MPPL just to keep everything lubed up. It probably won't matter. I'm sure I probably won't keep the mower long enough to ever need to change it again. But then I'll put this snap ring back in its place and put this thing back together.
All right, Coffee with Cano Crew. Thanks so much for being a part of this episode. What was your biggest aha, or what do you need to do next to prepare for what's coming or what's already here? Let me know. I'm coming to you from Seattle with the Roadcaster over here, so you know that you gotta just press record. That's right, and I'm super fired up because we Business Bureau, there's some different sites selling tank. You know, maybe in your case, maybe it's gaming accessories. And someone says this site is a scam or something, you know, that would of course put up red flags. So you're trying to let them work.
All right, guys, I did get it back on there. Without a doubt, the hardest part of this job is getting that rusty circlip off that shaft. And I was able to do that pretty easily because my fan was destroyed. But if you've got much lip left, you might have to destroy your fan some just to get to that circlip. Now, putting the circlip back on, I had to take some circlip pliers and actually open it up some. Not enough to deform it too much, but enough to where I could more easily get my hand and push down on the circlip to get it seated, because you can't get a tool or anything in there. So once I got it seated with my hand, then I was able to spin the pulley around a few times, push on the circlip with the pliers, make sure it was seated, and everything feels good. So we're going to give it a run, guys, and see if that solves our hydrostatic transmission problems. It probably doesn't help that I have all this grass caked in here around it, so probably take it outside and clean off some of that too. Gonna grease the wheel right here where it was seized on, and yeah, I'll make another video and let you guys know how it goes. But that's how you replace your hydrostatic fan on your John Deere. Now, one thing I did forget to mention, I think, is that this model has the fan above the belt, so no big deal there. Some models have the fan below the belt, and if that is the case, then you're first going to have to remove a plate up here. There's going to be a plate that bolts here that's got like a rod, and that rod keeps the belt from dropping down onto the fan whenever you put it in the parking brake. So if that happens, you're going to have to remove that circlip and actually pull your whole pulley up off there and replace the fan that way, and then put the pulley back on. So just another extra step, really. Kind of glad they just made it like this, so that way the belt can't possibly mess with the fan. So, all right, guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you all in the next one.